My mantra to the universe literally is, I become emptiness so I become full. I am present for whatever is needed in the present moment, therefore magic is occurring. Something happened to my 21st birthday. I left home. Doubt, fear, confusion. Something changed forever that day. I was in Cambridge with a scholarship. It was winter. Evening, ice on the road. I experienced a car accident, crash. Before the ambulance came, I remember very clearly. In the darkness of the night, I lifted my eyes to the bright full moon. 2 questions came into my mind. Who am I? What life is? Did I live my real life so far, or did I live only in my survival game? At my 21st birthday, a big shift, a big change happened. I became aware life is a gift. I wanted more authenticity, more real life, my life, not fake life. So I changed countries. I went to France alone, starting from zero, not a penny, no home, no language. I enrolled myself in Zen school and meditation. It was in 1985, out of the social norms at that time. It was a crazy path choice at that time. I've practiced Zen meditation for 18 years without discontinuity, until I became Zen nun. My first day in dojo, the monk introduced the meditation technique. Something beautiful happened in that state. I thought it a mistake. I experienced within myself the difference between the higher self and survival ego. I studied science and spirituality together much before the big wave fashion. That brought me to medical engineering and neuroscience. It was hard for me. I went through many difficulties, sleepless nights, thousands of hours of hard work, constant doubt, research, studying. I learned how to talk to my mind. Then I discovered neuroscience in advertising, collective brain impact. Since I'm graduated in anthropology and neuroscience, I found myself working in international branding advertising for cars, Nissan, Renault, cosmetics, Christian Dior in New York, and so forth. Yes, you are hired. We need you in the research area. With our team, you will research the collective group emotional reaction to the cinema advertising. At that time, in 1990s, we've studied the collective brain languages on different countries. We worked on fear effect on the body language or buyers' compulsive attitudes. A powerful revealing science study to understand the collective brain, the non-verbal communication language. This is when we measured the neurotic print of the countries. For example, France has got manic depressive tendency, or Germans obsessive tendencies, Italian narcissistic, Central Europe paranoid, Japanese schizophrenic tendencies, Brazil borderline, and so forth. Whoa, that was major for me. We've studied the collective brain in humanly created, how the tendencies manifest, and how to overcome them. I was working in the day in this area of collective brain control, and I wasn't at ease. And in the night, I continued studying history, spirituality, the wisdom of our ancestors, how to stop wars, manipulation on collective sufferance. All these endless wars, up to 20th century, same strategies. How can they stop? The reality is, human being had no value during all these past centuries. It's for the first time in the history when maybe we begin to value people, to value their mutual support. 21st century came with major changings. The better we know ourselves, the less we fear change in the world, the less we fear one another, the less we fear our own power. When we embrace our own power, the less we needed to exude this power externally. There is a continuity during the centuries, And we are part of that continuity. The history cycle is not linear. It seems we are living a new cycle. There is a global connection and openness, especially through internet, that I've never seen in my life before. It seems all buttoned up, locked down. It's very difficult to install new ideas. When the world is in chaos, which is the case right now, people are ripe, they are ready for new ideas. It's very easy for a single idea, if it's well thought, honest, truthful, factual. My case as a scientist, researcher based on a scientific principle. Myself with my dear friends, colleagues, spiritual brothers, Dr. Joe Dispenza, Dr. Morrissey, Professor Carmi, UNESCO, and many others, we found that openness is here. And we dedicated our lives to sharing what we have came to know with the people who are open to listening to it. So we all came to the same conclusion through the science, which is factual and non-static, evolutionary, measurable. Number one, we've not even been told who we are. Number two, we are more, much more than ever imagined. Number three, we have as individuals and collectively a potential that it's so grossly untapped into. We have a potential within us. As we embrace that potential, we begin to think of ourselves very differently and to the world. To me, this is where the end of the hate begins.